I've tried to do this for 4 years, and it's hard. Hi, I'm Renata, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've tried doing this video many times, but it never really made it out into the net because it just makes me upset every time, I guess. So, if I cry, it's just I'm just gonna let it happen. Okay, this is gonna be no cuts, no edits. Okay, just intro and outro. That's it. Um, a few things you need to know about me is that I am Brazilian, so I've always had this, really warm, smiley attitude, and I've always been very positive. My mom came to America. I was 6 years old, and I came to America when I was 11. So for a period of time, I actually lived with my dad and my brother in Brazil. And then my brother and we came to live with my mom. I was pretty young, in sixth grade. And, I didn't speak English, so there was a learning curve. It was a moment in my life, middle school and high school, that I felt very self-conscious. I was not as talkative because I didn't think my English was good. I said a lot of things incorrectly, so I think that was also not good. But I had a pretty good childhood. We would always travel. Every summer I spent in Brazil from school, so I grew up very fortunate. So I cannot even complain. I went to Brazil for college. I have a bachelor degree in international affairs. And then I came back to America, and obviously I wanted to become a personal trainer, because 4 years of school led to that. So I got my personal training certification, and I started working for a physical therapy clinic in Massachusetts, where I learned so much. I actually had a coworker that was so incredible, and to this day has a very special place in my heart, just because it was a very eye-opening opportunity for me. I think I grew so much within that time. And it led me to want to do something that was more of a career as opposed to just, freelancing type of work. So I competed in bodybuilding before. I decided to go into the real job world. And then I got a job in a cleaning company that also did, so it was specialized cleaning. We were a contractor in a pharmaceutical manufacturer. And I worked there for about 1 year. And at the same time, I had a YouTube channel where I posted fitness, recipes, exercises. I posted a lot of vegan recipes because that was my whole thing, and it was all about living better, living healthier, and really health oriented. And in April of 2017, I was injured in a car crash on the highway. And with my injuries, I would have probably died, but I received immediate help, and everything was provided for me to remain alive. So, everything that I've lived since then, I feel like it's extra. So I've even more thankful for, because I have to be. I was so basically, I had a lot of injuries. I don't really, remember much. I woke up in the hospital the next day, and I already did not have my arm. So it wasn't a decision that I made. It just happened. Um, I woke up, and I was, welcomed by my family and a few very, very close friends. I had a lot of injuries, along with the amputation of my arm. I had a lot of damage to my face. So I broke all around this eye. I cut my forehead. I had about 18 stitches in my forehead. I broke my nose. So this is the only piece that I have never really looked into fixing. I mean, not that I haven't looked into it, but it's just the thought of going through more surgery just isn't something I feel comfortable with. I broke this cheekbone. And 1 week after I was in the hospital, they actually did a facial reconstructive surgery on me, and I have 7 metal plates in there. And some places like here, you can feel, dents on the bone and stuff. I'm just trying not to cry, so bear with me. I went home after 11 days. At the hospital, basically, they wanted me to just be able to get up and go to the bathroom on my own. As long as I could do that, I could go home. So I would practice every day because being in the hospital is just the worst. So I would practice, and then after 11 days, I was able to go home. I had to learn how to walk again because when you lose a limb, or something like this happens, your balance is thrown off. So I I I basically had to learn how to walk again. I slept on the couch for pretty much, almost a month because I couldn't get up the stairs on my own or down on my own. So I would go on walks every day. I had, nurses and physical therapists and all of that stuff. And maybe a month later, I was actually able to walk from my house to the beach and back, which was about, 3 miles or so. And I would do that all the time because I had nothing else to do. And then soon enough, I started running and, doing other types of exercises. I decided to go to Brazil because, my family, they are all there and they were really worried and they wanted to see me. So I was there for about 4 months. And then I came back because one of my friends, a very dear friend, was going to shoot, some pictures for a magazine. And he actually pitched that I should be in the magazine. And I actually have an article in this magazine, which is pretty cool. And it was December, so the car crash was in April, and this was already December. And I had altogether a very positive experience until then. I really focused 100% on recovering physically, and I had not taken into consideration how much recovery mentally I had to do. One day I started to notice that I wasn't myself. I chopped off my hair. I had very, long curly hair, and I chopped off my hair. I gained about 20 pounds, and I wanted to just sleep and cry. So one day, I was, in the bathroom, and my mom was helping me wash my hair. And I noticed that, so I couldn't feel my forehead, and some shampoo was falling and going into my eye. And I closed my eye and I got up and I hit my leg and I started crying because why did this have to happen to me? It's just, why? I was so good. I was always a good person and doing great things. And, I didn't even eat meat, for crying out loud. And why? And I was so sad. And all of a sudden, my mom just said I would give my both arms and both legs for you to not have gone through this. And that to me was probably the hardest thing that I ever heard in my life. And I knew then and there that I had to be strong and I had to overcome. There was no other option. And I had to overcome for me, and I had to overcome for the people around me that love me and, want to see me happy and root for me. So I decided to go back to the gym. And I started slow. I would get so sad when I saw people doing like handstands and things that I loved to do, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to do, at least not as easy. And slowly but surely, one thing at a time, so I just kept a positive attitude, and one thing led to another. I started taking care of some dogs, and I made some money, and I went to Europe for 2 months. And I had a dream when I was little that I was going to go to this bridge in Switzerland that is close to where my cousins live, and I never went. So I decided, I almost died, so I gotta make my dreams come true. And I went, and I have a picture in that bridge, which is kind of a reminder to me that anything is possible. You just gotta, put your heart and your mind and focus on what you want. So then I came back from Europe, and I was really excited to go back to work and, do something, because I didn't want to be at home. I didn't want to allow for my thoughts to get the best of me. So I applied for a job in the training department, and I got the job. I didn't really have a whole lot of training experience, but I had people that believed in me and in my capability, and I was given an opportunity. So I was very lucky, and I am in the same job to this day. So it's going to be 3 years this year, and I've learned so much. I've developed myself both professionally and personally in this job, and I couldn't be more happy about where I am in my life. It's allowed me to do so much more than I could have ever imagined. So I'm really, really thankful for that. Um, I had to learn other things also. I mentioned about the acceptance and about the mental healing. I hadn't understood that I had to accept me, this new me. And it was probably the hardest thing. Right away from the hospital, when I went home, I would look at myself in the mirror and it just wasn't me, I had a lot of scars. I had, a lot of stitches on my face, a lot of, I knew that there was going to be a lot of scars. So, I just did what I could to kind of take care of it, not get any sun and things like that. But in the end of the day, the scars tell your story. So these scars, they tell my story. And I have gained so much more, and I have lived and I've done so many things, and I'm just happy to be here, to be alive, and I have 2 nephews, and I just can't imagine what life would have been like if I wasn't here to witness it all. And I'm so happy I am. And I have nothing but gratitude, to my family, to my friends, but also to you who support me, who have been here with me, both on Instagram and YouTube, and have supported me along the way. So my very, very sincere thank you. And if there's one thing that I hope that you understand, through my content and everything, through my experience, is that life is so unpredictable and it can end at any moment. So really value and cherish the moment that you have right now with the people that you have right now in your life, because we don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. So hug and tell them you love them and be close to them, and really enjoy these moments. Forgive, that's a big one. And understand that if something doesn't work out the way you wanted it to work out, it just means that there's something better coming your way. I think that's how I live my life. And honestly, I've been proven time and time again that it's real. Sometimes I do get upset, if things don't go my way, but I turn the corner and there's something more incredible and more unbelievable there. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. And thank you so much again. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And thank you. Share this with people that you love. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I knew this was gonna be a hard one, but thank you.